discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of others' waste paper baskets.
I sincerely hope only for your work. You did not answer that. Okay, alright. According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself in Asogi's wardrobe.
Indeed he was, and it was of a similar size to this one.
We get it, you're reusing assets.
It's been 10 years since we last It's been 10 years since we last did this, Sholmes, not 3.
And we can feel it. Hello everybody, KBTV on the Sun. Welcome back to the final case of The Greatest Attorney 2. We have discovered Jigoku after a legendary deductions between the two legendary partners. And I don't know, I think friendship ended is about to happen because there's a lot of implications finding Jigoku here at the crime scene.
I just realized I don't like his beard. It's weird.
You only just now realized this?
Look, every other time we've been seeing him, it's been directly from the front, not in this, like, 3/4 angle. So it looked normal until now we see the 3/4 angle. I'm like, oh, that is kind of weird. You all know it by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago, on the night before our arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here in this very ship.
By the Reaper of the Bailey. Yes, I've since heard. Because you were once prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago, mind you.
But I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when, it became all too apparent to me that I might very well be targeted again.
So you decided to flee the capital without saying a word to me about it?
I'm afraid so, yes. Of course, I realize now that I really ought to have confided in you.
Sholmes?
It's somewhat surprising, I must say.
What is?
Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are in very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe that this one just happened to be available.
So says the protagonist of some colorful short stories. Well, I don't care for your opinion. The cabin did just happen to be available, so I purchased a ticket, and here I am.
I've just seen for myself the obvious remnants of that incident in this cabin. So you'd already purchased your return ticket before we even docked in Dover, had you? To prevent anyone else taking this cabin and seeing the evidence? Is that it?
Eugene, I have nothing to say to you.
Excuse me, what happened to confiding? Wait a second.
Well, in a mere 5 minutes, this ship will set off on its onward voyage and not make port again until Italy. I'm afraid we must insist that you disembark with us at once.
You have no jurisdiction over my movements.
We have this, Seishio. Take it.
What is it?
It's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. Or as one might call it, jurisdiction over your movements. You're a man of the law. You know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British courts would be.
You came prepared then, Eugene.
Come on, let's go.
One moment.
What is it, Sholmes?
Inside Mr. Jigoku's trunk, I found this rather fascinating trinket.
Is that a pacifier? What am I look? What?
It looks like a top of a cane.
I swear to God, my first thought was pacifier.
You have a baby?
Eugene in the cabin's like, I must make sure no one hears me.
Dang, who makes fan art of that? Someone make fan art of that.
No, please don't.
With the most intense eyes.
Yes.
What is that? Seishiro?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something. But what? I have no idea.
By the look on his face, I think he genuinely doesn't know.
Well, let us pocket it as a small souvenir of our brief sojourn in France.
You know what? Final, you can do it.
It's me! That's right, it's me!
yeah,
I'm here!
Wait, why are you here if I'm here as well?
Yes! My brother! My twin brother! We are twins!
Wait, but you're not from the Empire of Japan, are you?
You can't prove that!
Well, shit, you're right, I'm also in jail.
That's crazy!
Oh my god.
You know what? I'll allow this. This is entertaining.
Alright, well then I'll just tell the title of it, and then you can read the rest of the blurb, my fellow twin, if you're
I concur, my fellow twin. Yes,
All
you
right.
read the title, and I'll read the blurb. Yes.
Very well, this is a small
Yes.
component.
What is
That's amazing, my fellow twin. It's a small machine part that Mr. Sholmes found in Judge Chigoku's cabin on the SS Grouse. I think we did a
Well
wonderful
done.
job, my fellow twin. Yes.
Yes, very well done, very well done. Anyways, I have to go back to jail now.
Mhm,
Bye-bye.
Well, have a good one.
What is happening? What is going Okay.
Don't ask questions.
I'm not. I'm just baffled. And I'm glad I don't have to read anything right now.
Sometimes you just come up with a bit on the spot.
Sometimes Benny Momo shows up because he was like, wait, who's this guy? Is that my brother? And then, you know what? Benny Momo found his twin brother. What an amazing development.
I'm baffled.
You said, "Is that my brother?" And I swear I heard that one video. I was like, "Did you kill my brother?"
I'm baffled with amazement and confusion and mostly amazement at just what happened. Anyway.
And then sometimes humans prove that they don't need drugs. They're naturally high.
Well, young Naruhodo, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant.
That's
my
your daughter.
Your assistant. Your assistant, my daughter.
You know what? That's okay. Susato didn't
Your assistant.
Susato didn't recognize her own father on the couch, so you know.
She is in a professional setting, and therefore I will refer to her professionally.
3rd November, 12:10 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh yeah, meanwhile, this is happening.
I'm so glad we had a 50-minute recess.
Kazuma Asogi. I know you, and I know you wouldn't lie. But there's no doubt. You're holding something back. You know more than you're saying.
During the past 30 minutes while this court was adjourned, and we just stood there silently, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained.
We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate verdict.
No, the trial cannot end now.
You're a Japanese man, Ryunosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword.
Joke's on you, I don't have any swords.
Yeah, I gave it back to you.
And you should know never to presume when the battle is won.
The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all relevant testimony.
Have we?
And there can be only one conclusion, that the accused is guilty.
Nuh-uh.
All relevant testimony? Far from it. Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. There's still a crucial witness from whom the court is yet to hear a single word of testimony.
In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel.
I'm just so proud of Ryunosuke right now. Boy's grown up. He's standing up against his own friend. I love it. Yes, my lord. Tomorrow, if possible.
And there it is.
The witness is already on his way and scheduled to arrive tomorrow.
Who on earth is this crucial witness?
You'll have to find
Seshiro
out
Jigoku.
tomorrow.
No, we're gonna find out right now.
Bet your bottom dollar it's tomorrow.
Seshiro Jigoku. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper.
Judge Shigoku, you found him?
But yes.
Why you say
Yes,
it like
we did.
that? The investigations of every policing resource in the capital suggest that Goku's already dead.
Didn't you try
What?
looking at her enough?
How in the name of God did you find the man?
Man, you're really quick to assume he just died, sir.
Yes. We can't find him. He must be dead.
Yeah, no other reason. He's just dead. He was located in France during the recess at the port of Dunkirk. Thanks to one of Mr. Herlock Sholmes' famous deductions.
Sherlock Sholmes.
Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death. Because along with Prosecutor Sogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Seshiro Jigoku is the sole witness who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st October. Rumble, 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 rumble.
Ooh, Halloween!
What the hell is Halloween?
Don't they have Halloween
Well-
back then?
It would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point.
Was Halloween not a thing in Victorian era?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying words.
The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered.
That's a nice turnaround you'd had there, buddy.
In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side?
No, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
We live to fight another day by the skin of our teeth.
I'm not showing it, Naruhodo, but I'm really
Yes!
pissed at you right now.
Whoop!
That's what I'm imagining is going on.
You're
Yeah.
The unexpected halt of proceedings sent a clamor around the courtroom. But outside the Bailey, where Londoners knew nothing of the secret trial within, it was a typical still night. Then, at a little past 8 o'clock that evening, Mr. Sholmes and his partner returned to Baker Street. Ooh! That's a spread.
Oh, I was just like, oh, yeah, that's normal. Oh, right. There's never usually food there.
No, not at all. That's quite a spread of food, though. 3rd
Also,
November.
the fire's on.
Yeah, remember the last time someone opened that chest? Man, I wonder what happened.
3rd November, 8:07 p.m. Sholmes is sweet.
We have returned, my dear fellows.
Welcome back to Britain, and thank you for your timely help.
Think nothing of it. I believe you've had an even more wearing day than Mikatoba and I, no?
You could say that. We were on the brink of defeat in court earlier.
So this prosecutor, Asogi, had you on the ropes, did he? And he's your best friend, you say?
Well, he's not really the man I knew in Japan anymore. Kazuma's just changed.
Maybe you just need to pay attention.
I agree with this Naruhodo. I mean, maybe he was always like that, that he just never showed you that side of him.
He just had his friendship goggles the whole time on.
Yeah, like my goggles on my hat right here. Anyways, Miss Naruhodo.
I mean, it's incredible. To think that he even entertained the idea of acting as the Reaper's assassin.
Okay, that bet I give you. I don't know why he'd want to do that.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Well, nevertheless, you must introduce me. After all, I've only ever met the young man as a corpse.
Well, he wasn't dead back then, apparently.
Yeah, Sholmes. Oh,
He was
wait,
a very convincing
hold on.
corpse.
Are you gonna explain all this? Actually, Sholmes, thanks for bringing that back up.
Oh god, it's a clip show.
When all this started, almost a year ago now, Mr. Sholmes still hasn't told us the truth about what really happened back then.
Yeah, still tell us how our Japanese friend somehow knew Russian.
About the motivation for what he himself described as a great detective's lie.
Now then, I must say, it's really quite a journey all the way to France.
Well, it isn't the country, Mr. Sholmes. So, what news of Judge Shizuku?
We took him to Scotland Yard. The investigating detectives there have a lot of questions for the man.
Poor Professor Mikatoba. This must be quite a shock for him.
Oh yes, I picked this up at the telegraph office on our way home.
What is it?
Surely you haven't forgotten already. I put upon you for the matter only yesterday.
I forget lots of things, don't underestimate me. You put upon me, Sholmes. I had to fill out your telegram to Japan and foot the bill as well.
Oh, you've had a reply already?
What was so urgent, though, Mr. Sholmes?
Such matters can wait until later. I'm far too hungry for an involved conversation.
And why did you bring it up?
Because he's a tease.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Well, that's good news, because supper is ready, everyone.
Ah, and what a feast it is. If I were none the wiser, I'd think the trial were won already.
Man, I'm hungry.
Roast beef, kippers, stew, steak, and kidney pie. Yorkshire pudding.
Tomorrow could be a very long day, so eat up.
What is Yorkshire pudding?
Pudding. Just Google it.
Yeah, okay.
Just Google it while we're all reading.
In that case, I think I'll seat myself just
Also, while you're at
here.
it, look up if Halloween's a thing.
This place appears to be the only one set with a helping of pheasant as well.
Oh, sorry, Hurley. Not there.
Why ever not? Are we in set places this evening?
Yes, and that place is for Susie's daddy.
For me?
That's right. I made it especially for you, Professor Mickey.
Vicky!
Professor what?
Professor Mickey! Ah!
Say, fellas, did someone mention the Door of Darkness?
Oh, I don't think that's allowed by copyright yet. We may be in the late 1800s, early 1900s, but I don't mess with Disney.
No, technically at this point, Walt Disney was just born.
Yeah, I don't mess with that.
Professor Mickey!
I see. Well, that's terribly kind of you.
Oh, Iris and her nicknames.
It's a shame, really.
What do you mean?
Well, for a brief moment, I believed it. That Susie and I will have sisters, I mean.
Oh,
All right, we just kind of forgot about that whole thing, didn't we?
Yeah, a lot was happening.
Iris, do you mean...
Yeah, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened in to the conversation you had after I had tricked you. Into thinking I'd left.
What a Sholmes move of you.
What?
I learned from the best.
The misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mikatoba are Iris's father.
Yes, about that, Iris. You know,
I know. You can't tell me at the moment.
Oh, Iris...
The pheasant is by way of an apology. I'm sorry for eavesdropping.
Oh, no, that's quite all right.
then why don't I get any apologetic pheasant?
No, you've done enough.
So just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today.
So then, let us dine, while our largely pheasantless plates are still piping hot.
Wait, did you take all the bird?
Yeah, I think the whole pheasant is for Mikatoba.
Oh.
A fine idea, Sholmes. It all looks absolutely delicious, especially the pheasant.
Eat as much as
Oh,
you
you're going
like.
to rub...
Please continue.
Oh man, sorry. I've been sick for like an entire week. My
Oh,
throat
I'm
is,
sorry.
yeah. No, I was just gonna say as Sholmes, like, you're going to keep rubbing this in my face, aren't you?
Yes.
What about his fair play, my friend?
Eat as much as you like. There are always seconds. No,
Hey, I get it. Just like name.
unfortunately, there
sorry,
isn't
sorry.
a second pheasant, though, if that's what you're wondering about.
Well, what if we just wait outside, got another bird? Anyways, yeah, I get Miktoba signs because like
Okay.
that's the name of that's
Gumshoe?
Ace 30 cases with a turnabout in the title. I get it.
Gumshoe, if that's you, why are you here?
Why is his
I don't
accent
know.
so
I took
thick?
it wrong. I took it wrong somewhere. Looking for something from Mr. Ainsworth. I believe him now. Okay, bye.
I think you went way too far back, sir. We'll see you in a couple more videos in the future, I'm sure. This could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial. About that telegram from Japan, and about Kazuma. I can't let this opportunity slip away.
Why are you sitting like that?
That's
Because he's
his,
petty!
he's sulking, man. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
He's sulking like a 13-year-old girl.
Surely it's abundantly clear that I wasn't brooding over Mikatoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me. Nevertheless, I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes.
Damn,
Oh
that
my
sucks.
God.
Hope you get some food. Anyway.
Sorry, Hurley, but I cooked that pheasant especially for Susie's daddy.
Even though I've played the role of father to you for far longer.
Oof. Mr. Sholmes, could I discuss some things with you?
No.
Certainly, my dear fellow, I find myself quite in the mood for a spell of conversation.
Oh, this man.
I love him.
No doubt you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of the game.
I can probably contain my curiosity on that one.
You needn't look at me in that fashion.
In what fashion?
It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matters to discuss.
I got that one, Mr. Sholmes. I got that one.
Yes, Father, that was a very good play on words.
So, what was in the telegram you received back from Japan then?
Ah, this. I thank my lucky stars it arrived in time. Record found as indicated. Duplicate follows. K. Asogi / A. Shin. T. Gregson. J. Wilson.
What?
That's familiar. What? Those 4 names. We've come across that exact name list before. Way back in the last game. Very end of it. They came up in that unforgettable case last spring. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be masking monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states. In exposing the means by which those secrets were being leaked, we decipher a fragment of a message. K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. But we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never did get to the bottom of what they meant. All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. So, why are the names coming up again now?
Yes. When did the sender of the telegram discover them, Mr. Sholmes?
I have here the message I had wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you. Enter Judge Shigoku's office undetected and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain dated 1 year ago. List of 4 names, need by tomorrow, Naruhodo.
Why? Why?
I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this nature.
Is it Hosonaga? Yep.
You asked Inspector Hosonaga to undertake such an honest task for you? He's doing his tutor.
And in my name? I wonder what guys
My guy still does have the turtle in the portrait. It's just cut out.
I wonder what guys he opted for this time.
My dear fellows, it was a matter of great urgency, you understand.
Anyway, the list of names was found in Seishiro's office, as Sholmes predicted.
So you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was...
It was sent to Judge Shigoku. He was the intended recipient.
I don't believe it.
But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually signifies.
Well, there's 2 dead people and there's 2 that aren't dead.
There's 3 dead people.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Right, Asian.
Yeah.
I keep thinking over Giselle Brett, so I just was like, "Oh right,
Well,
yeah."
Her actual name was Asa Sheen.
Yeah.
Which Giselle Brett is the more
a British name, and then
British
you get Assassin, and it's just like, okay, sure. I know what they were trying to go for. They had to do something, but also like,
I absolutely detest you Japanese, says the woman with a Japanese name.
I did formulate a hypothesis about that.
I mean, Asian might also just be her alias for her actual...
That's true.
That could just be, like, the alias she goes for as the assassin. So we actually may not know her real name. Who knows?
It's Karen.
I hate that.
But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it.
Mr. Sholmes looks deadly serious for once. Yeah, Lewis, you can read it. Here, let's keep it on Lewis for this one.
Ah, yes, the telegram from Japan, yes! A telegram from Inspector Hosonaga in Japan with details of the telegram he managed to locate by stealing into Judge Goku's office.
Oh, that's great. Big news. I'll have to get down that to the paper when I get out of prison.
Ah, yes, I'm glad you agree.
Are you actually going to get out of prison, though?
I don't know. We'll find out if there's ever a third game.
Also, how many times are you going to say telegram in the same thing? I don't think I want to start that one, just because we're right at the 30-minute mark, so I guess we'll just save the Kazuma's death for the next video.
What's the matter? You don't want to discuss your best friend's death and his mysterious revival?
I mean, that would be great news to the paper as well, but I bring new news that was asked of me earlier.
I mean, I would love to know what happened, but also, like, I cannot continue this because we'll just keep going for hours. So, we're gonna leave it at this cliffhanger. See y'all then.
So, would you like to know about Halloween? It's been practiced in the UK for quite a while. I know it doesn't actually have a date. It was probably practiced back then, and Yorkshire pudding is it's a baked pudding that you dump in gravy for some reason. I don't understand it.
How did you find that out in jail?
Newspapers!